What's good with y'all boys? It's y'all boy Kenny Dior back again with another video. So, Ebro said Drake does not have a classic album. I'm not sure why he said this. Hey man, we in for a long one. But anyways, and before I start the video, make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel at Kenny.Dior. Y'all see the name. Make sure y'all go follow me on the gram too. And hey, we almost close to 900 subs, so I appreciate y'all boys for the journey. And hey man, let's lock in on this video, bro. Let's get to it.
Laura Rosenberg show.
On Rap Life review on Apple this weekend, this was trending. I didn't see it trending, but I saw all of the comments in my Twitter feed. People are very passionate about Drake having classic albums.
Okay.
We were having a conversation at Rap Life Review about, I don't know, a laundry list of things where you're waiting on an artist to deliver your expectations, what you want from them.
Okay.
And there's an ongoing conversation around, and you've had it, you've expressed this, Rosenberg, but Low on the show on Rap Life Review expressed it as well, around waiting for Drake to drop a classic hip-hop album.
He did that 4 times. Am I missing something? He did that 4 times.
Everyone knows he can, and I'm constantly like, but that's not what he wants to do, bro. Like, he's doing it his way, and he's got classic albums. Anyway, I referenced him not having classic albums. They took that clip of me just saying that.
They love it.
And, I mean, the OVO hoes ran it.
But you weren't even saying.
But you can't blame nobody but yourself because you kind of set yourself up with that one. Like, you threw the lob for yourself, and you dunked it. So there's nobody to blame but you.
Saying that.
I was not.
And don't take it as like I'm getting on your ass or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, you can't blame nobody but yourself for that, bro. Like, let's keep it a buck. To say that Drake does not have a classic hip-hop album in 2026, that is crazy.
What did you say in the clip?
They just literally took me saying that. I was like, and like Drake not having classic albums.
And Drake doesn't have a classic.
But you weren't saying that, though.
But I was referencing a list of other items,
Okay.
if I recall. But anyway, they took the clip and ran it up. It was great promo. I appreciate it. Complex put out a whole list of Drake's albums. People were arguing, how does Drake not have classic albums and he still got albums in the Billboard 200? Drake has classic albums. The conversation has constantly been, are they classic hip-hop albums? And that delineation, I believe, is important. I've always thought it was important.
Yeah, and people also debate if he's like top 5 because he's been known to also collaborate with people.
I don't think that takes away from him not being top 5 because you got to understand Drake has arguably the greatest longevity out of any hip-hop artist with the classic albums on top of that. And he's arguably the most versatile hip-hop artist that we've ever seen outside of Kanye West. So with that being said, like, yes, you can legit make the argument that he is top 5. I have him at 3 in my opinion. Kanye, Jay-Z, and Drake, that goes either way in my opinion. But I don't think nobody's touching Kanye though. I think Kanye is the undisputed greatest hip-hop artist of all time, and I don't think it's close.
So there's a lot of asterisks and question marks around Drake. That's not something I made up or my own. That's the conversation.
Yeah.
And in this case, you weren't even the person saying
I
it.
wasn't even the person
That
saying it, but
doesn't
they love to. I love the promo.
Congratulations, you inspired.
Listen,
And they love having you be the anti-Drake
That's
person.
right. They love
yes,
that.
yes.
But this has been an argument for a long time. I don't, guys, I don't know what Drake's classic album is. So I think if you go, which one is it? And there's a debate about which one.
Yeah.
To me, it starts to be like, well, then there's probably not one.
Well, so
That's how I view it.
So people have their
Favorite.
or their classic. That's a
Yeah.
common thing. Oh, nothing was the same. For me, it's Take Care,
Care.
whatever. But one of the things about hip hop is hip hop classic albums are not determined by chart position.
No.
It's been determined by a
That I can agree with. I can understand why he would say that because a lot of artists chart, like a lot of artists have like these top tier numbers, but their albums just don't have the longevity to be a classic. So from that aspect, I kind of get what he means. Like Drake does have albums that chart but don't have the longevity. Like I don't think honestly Nevermind doesn't have the longevity. I don't think More Life, what if you want to say if you're reading this is too late, I'm in the middle with that. Like I wouldn't mind if a Drake fan called that a classic because you can argue that it's his best rapping album outside of Nothing Was the Same. So I wouldn't be mad if you said that. Hey,
kind of unanimous celebration of an album. that's unanimous across the fans and the people who critique things and the DJs, right? Like so when you say things like Jay-Z Blueprint, nobody's saying no. There's no question.
No.
Yeah, that's
When you say Nas Illmatic, there's no question. When you say Wu-Tang Clan 36 Chambers,
No question.
there's no question.
That's what the part.
Those are really great lyrical hip hop albums. Just saying, especially from the East Coast.
The people understanding. It's not like, does he have an album that's your favorite?
Right.
It's, has there been one that has collectively as the group been put into the classic album lexicon?
That's all.
And like, for example, Kendrick, for example, collectively the world took Good Kid, Mad City and they put it in.
That's right.
They said this is a classic album. I don't even know if I think it's his best album, but that's the one. You know, like I might think Damn is better, but Good Kid, Mad
And for
City is the one.
Kanye, there's like 4.
right, right,
Yeah,
right, right, right.
Kanye has a bunch.
College Dropout, late registration, graduation, fantasy, easily. I mean, you can argue 808s too, but and Watch the Throne because that's the greatest collab hip hop album of all time.
You know what I mean? So, and that's rare air.
Very rare.
You know what I mean?
Jay-Z has 2 that people put there.
Which are?
Reasonable Doubt and Blueprint.
Yep.
That Black Album is still disputed. Some people
444 people have been talking about recently.
People love 444.
Love 444.
But me too. But the ones that people say are there are Reasonable Doubt and Blueprint.
Yeah.
That's what people.
So that was the convo in part of the hip hop, and so then it just prompted like on Twitter it was like a whole thing of like
Well, it has to be a whole thing.
it's a whole thing.
Gotta have it be a whole thing. What else are we doing?
But I'll say this, man. I do appreciate the fact that there is this kind of constant push and pull between fandom and like DJs and critics in hip hop. Right? Like I like it. I love seeing it.
Yeah, just
Where there's people who like consume hip hop and have critiqued it and played it professionally. That is their life. And then fans who are like, no, this is my favorite and I disagree with this critique. Like I think that's a healthy kind of a dialogue that's constantly taking place.
the only thing that's made it unhealthy is the downside of the Drake and Kendrick thing is there is
That like okay with the Kendrick and Drake thing, I honestly do feel like that kind of ruined it in a way because it's okay to like both Drake and Kendrick. They both have done a lot for the 2010s. Like those two are stamped as like the best artists of the 2010s. Like you can't deny that. And they're both top 5 all time. So, it's okay to like both. It is perfectly fine to both like Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Rather if you hate them or not, I think they're stamped for being top 5. And I just think like the Good Kid, Mad Cities, the To Pimp a Butterflies, the Take Cares, I said Good Kid, Mad City, the Nothing Was the Same. Like all those, like those 2 albums alone that they both dropped are like classics. And it's like, what can you argue for that? How are they not like top 5 worthy? How are they not the greatest hip hop artists of the 2010s? So it's like, come on, man. You can like both Kendrick Lamar and Drake at the end of the day.
such a toxicity now when you talk about anything related to Drake and Kendrick.
So that goes back
That
to
sucks.
Well, so that goes to me going back to me talking about Drake being a cancer. When I
That I can't agree with. I can't agree with because you said about a lot of fan bases, but I'll let you cook though.
said Drake is a sickness, right? When everybody's like, he called Drake a sickness.
That was a tough line. Yeah.
It's a tough line. But your fans are a problem. Your brand.
See that I don't like. I don't like how you're taking your frustrations out on Drake when it's multiple fan bases are like that. NBA YoungBoy damn near has the most toxic fan base in hip hop, especially in Nicki Minaj fans also. So it's like, how you gonna sit there and say Drake is a cancer, but Nicki and YB have toxic fan bases too?
And is a problem in this game, bro. Like the fact that we can't just have dialogue without sycophants going nutso.
YB better. YB better. That don't get annoying. Am I tweaking?
About you is problematic.
Yeah. He's not the first.
No, he's not the
But
first.
he's the
He won't
biggest.
be the last.
Right.
But that was the current state of things where we can't even have a real dialogue about something and about music without like crazed fans.
And by the way, and the most frustrating part is without even fans who are knowledgeable of the rest of the music.
Right.
They're just you're ruining it because we're trying to have a real debate here about music. No
A lot of fans are casuals, and that's what y'all gotta understand. A lot of these people who are biased are just casuals at the end of the day.
I'm trying to disrespect Drake
No.
when we're analyzing if he has a classic album. I'll say it a million times. No one has more hits in the history of hip hop than Drake.
How about this? Nobody's
even
had a
close.
better run
And no one's had a run like this that we've ever seen.
ever.
There's the level of consistency over a period of time. He has a lot of things to hang his hat on. The question is, does he have a classic album? Having that debate doesn't mean you hate Drake.
And I just disagree. Like, we're still stuck on the fact that Drake does not have a classic album. Like, come on, bro. Like, Take Care is literally one of the most talked about hip hop albums of all time. So how can it not be a classic? The first album that people go to, especially if you're a casual, is Take Care. So it's like, how can it not be a classic?
Listen, there's other ones in there. The rappers he's collabed with that he's helped get #1 songs. Rappers he's or genres of music that he's worked into his
And helped elevate.
Like all of that is positive.
A lot of great stuff.
All right, but is this a Drake problem or is it a fandom problem?
Well, the problem is we found out that the bots and things are paid for.
Yeah, so I believe that that's true, and there's crazy like fans.
Well, and
like,
that-
kinda
and
like,
that's
the,
why- but-
the Barbs fall under that.
But that's
Barbs
like
started
it's
it.
like the Swifties, the Barbs,
Swiftie.
all of that. These fans who are just you are popular. You are a popular music fan, which is fine. You're a fan of an artist who happens to be in a genre, but you're not necessarily a hyper fan of the genre without that individual.
No, you're a fan of that individual.
Right.
That's it.
And that's the kind of nuance of it all.
I feel like if you're arguing if your favorite artist has a classic, you have to have a very, very valid reason on why that artist has a classic album. If you can't make valid reasons on why that artist has a classic album, especially if you're biased towards that favorite artist, you shouldn't be talking about it. Point blank, period.
Yeah. I just think I agree with that. And I just think it gets to that thing you just talked about of it's accepted as a hip hop classic. That's the part people miss because they don't communicate with other hip hop fans and they don't know what it is to sit around with other real hip hop heads and discuss music. So they didn't have that collective, Cuban Links is a classic. Supreme Clientele is a classic.
Yes.
These things they don't get it.
well, we're just talking about people who just get offended at critique.
And you also got to understand a lot of people don't have like their taste hasn't really expanded. So that's probably why they're like biased towards a lot of these niggas. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And that's a whole other thing. And that's
That's
genera-
it.
Listen, but by the way, artists have always been offended by critique. Like
Artists
always.
are always. They think
offended.
everything they do is a classic.
And so when you
Yeah.
offend an artist, now they ignite their sycophants and because they send out the bat signal and now they're attacking you,
Right.
which, some of us welcome and some don't. And then you have, like I was saying, you have these paid bloggers who are financed to be mouthpieces for these artists, which is a whole other thing.
That happens too.
What are you laughing at, the chat?
Someone in the chat, Dude Rap said, Roe, I guess he means me because it sounds like a quote from me. He said, Roe called Take Care a good Sade album back in 2011.
Yeah,
I remember that still. Take Care is a classic to me, but I get people who disagree. Love from Berlin. Yes, I did say that. Yeah, it's to me, it's not a classic hip hop album. I see why first.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm sorry. That's crazy.
Listen, but these guys, I'm bringing this up today on this really to cross-promote Rap Life Review on Apple so you guys can tune in this week. But now we're going to have all these shows cranking now.
Oh gosh.
Listen, Drake has more hits than anyone. I give him tons of credit. To me, the bona fide, that's the classic album. Everyone agreed that's the one. Put it next to Midnight Marauders. Put it next to the Chronic.
How about this?
I don't
even think
Midnight, whatever, to Take Care. Yeah, you living under a rock, bro. You're living under a rock. I just can't get over the fact that Take Care is not a classic. How is it not? I don't get it. I just don't.
Drake fans all agree on the album,
which is a problem. For the argument's sake, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Dre fans aren't going, well, I battle whether and forth. It's
2001 or the Chronic.
Or the Chronic. Now, I'm a weirdo because I'm
I
right
love
there.
2001.
2001's right there for me. But
It ain't
the
the
Chronic
Chronic.
was the one. Sorry, it was decided. That's what it. Doggy Style. That's the
That's
one.
the one.
It got put in there.
And you might, and by the way, you might like other
No disrespect to Doggy Style or The Chronic, but Take Care's not up there with those albums. Fuck out of here.
things.
Right, no problem. I have things that I consider to be, like I obviously consider Cowboy Carter an absolute classic.
You mean to tell me the Cowboy Carter, an album that's only been out for damn near 2 years, is a classic, but Take Care, it's not a classic. What are we doing? What are we doing? Cowboy Carter is more of a classic than fucking Take Care. Are we serious, bro? What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
I don't believe yet that society has accepted and said, "Oh yeah, we believe." Now it's different because it's not hip hop, and we have our own conversation.
still.
I don't believe that society at large has said that. I think some people, Beyonce fans, love it.
Yeah.
I think everybody else is like, it's cool. Not every album does everybody agree.
Now here's
this
a good
is
one.
a mantelpiece.
Here's a good one. Have we all agreed on which Outcast album is the classic, or is it two? Is it ATLians and
Aquemini.
Some people be like, "Oh, Stankonia."
Yeah.
I know.
I love Aquemini.
Which Stankonia at the time, I was like, this.
Also, this is no disrespect to Beyonce. Beyonce is the second greatest artist of all time. Cowboy Carter is not a classic. Let's not do that. Especially if we're fucking Tatum, man. Oh my gosh.
This is cool, and now I go back to it.
And I love it a lot.
I think it's Aquemini. Yeah, I think it's Aquemini.
I'm gonna go with ATLians. I think that's more of a class. I think that album really pushed them to new limits. So I will probably go with ATLians for sure.
But ATLians is ATLians. They were right there. But Aquemini, they were a next level of kind of realized. When you. Although I got to tell you, Rosa Parks is a song that at this stage I still don't feel like hearing. Isn't that crazy?
What would you rather have, Rosa Parks or Miss Jackson?
Oh man, that got played a lot, bro.
Miss Jackson got played.
But the drums on Miss Jackson, I'd rather hear Miss Jackson because the the way it starts is so hard. Even the way Rosa Parks starts, the build.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Never thought I'd make you cry. I apologize. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Oh, I am for real. Sorry.
Build of the it's just it was meant for radio. It was their radio joint. But that album is such
Yo,
a
bro, the way Skewed on the Barbie comes in.
Oh,
Hold on again. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. Never thought I'd to make you cry. I apologize. It took me time. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Oh, I am for real. Never thought y'all get it.
I Skewed on the Barbie's the best, bro.
Yo, that collab,
The song
Raekwon
Aquemini.
Raekwon and Outkast collabing at that time.
And then
Nothing better.
The song Aquemini
Yeah.
plus both Art of Storytellings.
Oh man,
No,
I love the art of storytelling.
I think Aquemini is the one that most people agree is their classic.
Yeah, this was crazy. Those were some crazy ass takes. But anyways, man, does Drake have a classic album? Let me know in the comment section. Also, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. We almost close to 900 subs. Also, make sure y'all go follow me on Instagram. I post clips there daily, and go follow me on TikTok too at the Kenny Dior. Anyways, man, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.